As always, hello, this is Goku-san DBZ, and yes, it's Sunday, but first I am going to do my first ever album review. And, of course, my next will obviously be a top 12 list, and I'm not going to mention, I'll let it be a surprise, the top 12 list for this Sunday. But I am going to be discussing a little / review of the album Avalon from Sully. His first solo album, and of course Sully is the frontman of the well-known hard rock band Godsmack. Now, I felt like doing that. Anyways, this will be the album review for Avalon. Now, just so you know, it's not quite like a Godsmack album. Godsmack, for the most part, is predominantly, of course, hard rock style. Occasionally has some new age music. Now, this album, Avalon, is predominantly new age. Now, I would like to play the music, but I can't because, obviously, copyrights. But I'll be discussing now. The first track on the album is the self-titled song, Avalon, which obviously has sort of a mystical type feel to the song. I very much like it. You do have a lot of heavy elements of new age type sounds in the album, and of course the song is about Avalon, the mystical island, which is believed to, of course, be over around where the UK is, obviously where England is. Now, Avalon, of course, is a mystical island ruled by the different gods and stuff, more or less of Druid culture and religion. For instance, probably one of the best well-known is the god of mischief, obviously, Puck, Queen Titania, and her husband, of course, the king of those gods, and the king of Avalon. And that being, of course, Lord Oberon, which is considered to be by many the king of fairies, of course. It's very interesting mythology, but that's the basis of the first self-titled track, Avalon. The second song is called 7 Years, and it's a duet of this female artist that is on the album. And if I remember correctly, she is like childhood friends, like lifelong friends with Sully. And her music, singing style reminds me more of like Celtic style music. So it's good, given they're going for a crossover of rock and new age. Makes sense then to use like a Celtic style artist with the rock style. But Sully's voice not only is perfect for like hard rock music, but his voice also is very good in new age type music. Like people learned in songs like Serenity, Running Blind, and of course obviously Voodoo, Voodoo 2, and songs like that. But 7 Years is a really good song. It runs about 8.5 minutes, and the first song, Avalon, is right around 5 minutes. So yeah, obviously second song is a lot longer. A lot of your songs usually run in rock music. But this song leans more towards rock than, say, new age type rock music. It's overall solid song. And I would have to say, for the most part with 7 Years, that the duet singing is very solid done. And also, I like at the beginning you hear this ticking sound, sort of like, you know, the things you would put on to keep, like, the timing and stuff for, like, say, piano lessons and things of that nature. Which I found interesting. That's how the song starts out. Now, track number 3 runs just over 5 minutes. It's called Broken Road. It's more or less a softer song. And no, there's new age sound or style to the music. But he talks about walking alone on this broken road and stuff. I guess you could say sort of like supposed to be about a person who's reflecting on things in his life and perhaps mistakes and would like to make up for them, and just really walking alone on this road, just thinking about things in his life. It's a very deep song, and a lot of the music in this album is deep, both spiritually and figuratively in different aspects. Now, the fourth song is, of course, the first single off the album, and it has more of the voodoo type feel to it because of the chanting and stuff, which is kind of weird, like a mumbo jumbo umae. Interesting, but it's good overall, the song. Oh yeah, and of course Broken Road was just Sully, minus the female singer. Now they're both in this song. The self-titled first single off the album is called Sinner's Prayer. It runs 4 minutes, 17 seconds, so basic normal length type song, I guess you could say. It's really good overall. It's one of my probably top 3 favorite songs off the album, without a doubt. Frankly, I love the entire album. There are too many albums I can honestly say I like every single song on the album. And all 10 normal tracks on the album. That's a standard version of the album. Now, if you buy it digitally, you get a special 11th track, which I'll talk about. But Sinner's Prayer is really good. Talk about like heaven's gates close and stuff. It's a really interesting song, I guess you could say, about spiritual struggles, things. Of course, that anybody knows Sully knows, obviously, in real life, of course, he's obviously pagan, which is no surprise, given the style, and that's one of the reasons he's really big into, like, the voodoo, tribal rhythms, beats. Some of the tribal stuff, and this isn't so much Buddhist, not so much the style of, like, voodoo, but more Native American type sound, style, tribal music. But still solid overall. If you're into New Age music or good rock music or in general, appreciate like Godsmack and stuff, and have never heard Sully's album, obviously I recommend Avalon. Now, track 5 runs right around 5.5 minutes. It's called My Light. And basically, in the song, Sully is talking about his daughter, and that he never realized he could feel this way, so much passion and love and stuff for something, but he does for the life of his daughter, that she means everything to him in his life. Blessed with this like little miracle of life and stuff. It starts out more new age type rock, like a lot of the songs on the album. Then about the half mark, strangely enough, it changes over to more like gospel style music. I find that rather unique and interesting. I'm not the biggest fan of like gospel style music. I did find it kind of refreshing and stuff. I like Sully's album overall because it's different than your typical mainstream type things. And Sully is, like today, of course, obviously a really huge, well-known artist. He's an incredible drummer, not just an incredible singer. But Godsmack is one of the biggest bands there are. And also Godsmack, one cool thing is, they're coming to my hometown next month with Rob Zombie. Sadly, I didn't get tickets ahead. Missed out on getting tickets to the concert, which sucks. But it's really good overall. The song is, as I said, very interesting. Now we go to track 6, called The Rise. It's more new age, and for the most part, now the song does, I think, have like a little bit of both. Mainly he sings, and the female does more like chanting and stuff in the song. The song runs 6 minutes and 45 seconds, so we might as well say close to 7 minutes. Reasonable length. Good song overall, solid singing, as of course all the songs on the album. It's top notch. Now it's one of my less preferred songs, to be fair, but that's just me. Number 7 was one of the next singles off the album, which you can find the video here on YouTube. It's called Until Then. It's just over 5 minutes long, so average length. Very good song overall, and it's another softer song, just sung by Sully, sort of like Broken Road, I guess you could say. Similar style to that song. Good track overall, as always, with this album. Completely solid singing. It's just incredible, the drum work, and by the way, Sully actually also plays the piano in it. That's why a lot of people don't realize that Sully also knows how to play the piano, which is awesome. And not just him, though. I mean, he plays a little bit of piano music here and there, though there's a normal piano player overall on the album, obviously. But there's a lot of piano music to this album. And it helps add a different, more refreshing feel to the music overall. That's the thing, this isn't like most rock albums that have come out in the last several years. Personally, it's my favorite album of the 2010s. Came out like 2010. And yeah, it's one of my probably top 10 favorite albums of all time by any genre of music, any genre of artist. It just blows me away, the talent that Sully has vocally. And the music in general is incredible. And I love the female artist that performs with him is also really good. Now the next song, track number 8, runs just under 6 minutes. It's called The Departed. And no, not about the movie The Departed. Just to let you know. Mainly has him also mainly singing. There's a little bit of singing, but more chanty and stuff by the female artists. That's really good overall song. Does have here and there just a little bit of new age sound to it. But another top-notch song, though still one of my less favorite of the songs from the album. Now the 9th track of the 10 normal tracks is runs just about 4 minutes and 40 seconds, so not too long overall. And it's called Eyes of a Child. Of course, some of the references in the song is also about his daughter again. Now, people would say, why do so much stuff about child? Well, with a lot of artists and stuff, a lot of times they want to do songs because their children give them inspiration, I guess you could say, and motivates them. Sully loves his daughter big time. Same thing with Justin, the frontman of Blue October, which is a great alternative band. And interestingly enough, people may wonder why he does so many songs with the title Blue in it. Guess what? Blue is the name of his daughter. But yes, big, really cares about daughter, just like Sully very much cares about his daughter. And I think it's awesome. It shows that you can really hear and feel the passion Sully has in this music. You can't say that about a lot of, artists of today. Mainly do music for just money. Obviously, bands that stick to a routine style and recycle all their music. Bands like, say, Nickelback and others. But Sully, not the same way. He continues to evolve his music style and everything. And I find that very refreshing. He's not like a lot of artists of today who only care about music. Only care about money. He's willing to evolve with the times, and that's why I have such high respect for Sully. And yeah, Eyes of a Child, really incredible song. Now track 10 is called In Through Time, runs just about 3 minutes 40 seconds, short. And it's for the most has a little bit of chanting vocally from both Sully and the other singer, but it's mainly just an instrumental. Really good though. I find it very relaxing and soothing. It's a good way to finish off the album, I think, on a perfect sound and perfect note. Now that's how the normal soundtrack ends, say physical copy. The digital copy includes a special last track, which has a lot of hard rock and has certain elements of the drum beats remind me a little bit of Sinner's Prayer. It's called Cast Out, Spiritual Ceremony. And it's supposed to be like chanting and stuff from like a pagan type ritual to cast out like a possession or something, I guess you could say. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't overall like it, but I do find it interesting. But if we're talking about the overall, just tracks 1 through 10 minus the special extra track. On a scale of 1 to 10, a score I would have to give this album, I would probably have to give the album a score of probably around a 9 out of 10 to possibly a 9.5 out of 10. That's how much I love this album. But yeah, it probably have to be either somewhere between a 9 to a 9.5 out of 10. I guess give it a 9 out of 10, but it's just incredible album. And if you get a chance to ever listen to Sully's album Avalon, I suggest you take it. Just sit down. It's about 45 minutes, the album. And that's not too bad length overall for the album as a whole. I think it's really good, perfect length for a really solid album. It's not too long, but it's not too short. Seems just right lengthwise. But I highly recommend this album for you to check it out if you like Godsmack and if you appreciate Sully's voice, or if you like New Age or like to try and listen to new types of music you haven't listened to. I highly recommend Avalon by Sully. But I hope you liked my first ever album review. Until next time, of course, as always, this is Goku-san DBZ. Peace out. Hopefully someday we do. Of course, follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Goku-san DBZ. Please leave a comment below. Please give thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you very soon for my next top 12. Oh yes, and I'm compiling a special 2-parter, so 2 Sundays it will take to do it. It's going to be the top 50 rock songs, and this will be a list compiled from the 60s to 2010s of different artists from different eras. Of course, it's going to be a little bit older overall, but maximum for one artist will be no more than 2 spots on the list. And even that, keeping it limited, and it has to have a certain level of success, obviously, on the charts. But it's only going to be, of course, rock and hard rock, so it will not include metal artists. That'll be another list for another time period, which I plan on working on in the future, a top 50 metal, a top 50 pop, and possibly one other I haven't decided on yet. But stay tuned for that. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this. And I'll see you next time here in YouTube land as always. Have a good day, have a good Sunday, and a good upcoming week.